All right, this is Sean Castrina with the 10-Minute Entrepreneur Podcast. We're talking about the 4 musts to a profitable company. Listen, I talk about the law of profit. Companies are not nonprofit organizations. They have to first be profitable to give to nonprofits. So you have one goal as a company. You can make this, sometimes we want to make this mission statement so glorious, so feel good. You know, we're going to you're going to clothe the unclothed. We're going to feed the homeless. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You can't do any of that if you're not profitable. I mean, I appreciate that. And I'm glad that's in your values. But you can't do anything without profit. Profit is your one goal. If that doesn't happen, all other goals cease to exist. It ceased to exist. I mean, when you're profitable, you can hire talented people. When you're profitable, you can market. When you're profitable, you can give away money. When you're profitable, you can keep expanding. When you're profitable, you can buy up other companies. When you're profitable, you have reserves to handle a downturn. When you're profitable, you can put money into research and development. You can't do any of that without being profitable. Other than teaching you how to start a company, there's nothing I can do more valuable for you than to teach you, how to build a profitable company. Because that is the singular goal. Profitability, the law of profit. All right. So there's 4, there you go, more. There's 4 musts to a profitable company. The first to have a profitable company is there needs to be tremendous demand for your products and or your services. What you're offering, there's a tremendous demand for it. Amazon, Uber, Grubhub, Zoom, Peloton. What is the common denominator in all these companies? Tremendous demand. Why are companies going out of business right now? Why are restaurants going out of business right now? It's not their fault, but they can't have demand because you can't go to them. There's no demand for what they offer. It's been limited. The demand has been limited. There's been a roadblock. So you have all these people that would love to, go there, but they can't. Well, if you don't have demand, if you're not servicing people in great demand, you're not going to be profitable. So when you're trying to create a company, you want it to be profitable, you need to ask yourself, is there going to be a tremendous demand for what it is I'm offering? Notice I said tremendous. Unless you're selling, planes, islands, where I have to think they sell for quite a bit, obviously, and there's probably a nice profit margin. I want something where there's a tremendous demand. There's volume. Second, again, and this typically high-priced products have good margins. You want a great profit margin. So your first thing is you either have a tremendous demand, just pure, incredible volume. Okay, if you don't have that, there better be incredible profit margins. Rarely do you have tremendous volume and tremendous profits. That was kind of like when Ford eventually, when they set up Ford in the early 1910s, and he was the richest person in the world there for quite a while because the margins at the time and what the dollar was worth, it was very profitable. Okay, and oil at the time, that's why they broke up all these companies. Because they had all the demand and they could create their own margins. A monopoly can create their own margins because they're not going to have any competition. That's why the government will step in, because it's not competitive enough, so you basically are creating whatever margin you want. Again, that's why all the oil companies were broken up. So we're talking about the must for a profitable company, and you better be in one of these lanes. And I typically like to have 2 of these lanes. First one is there needs to be a tremendous demand for your product and or services. Tremendous, large. Number 2, then, there has to be great margins. You're trying to create profit. Well, if you're selling less of something, there better be a great margin. It better be a high ticket item. All right. Next, minimal competition. I mean, Bill Gates made a fortune because Windows was Windows and there was nothing else out there. And to my knowledge, there still isn't anything that competes with Windows. All I know is every one of my computers and every one of my businesses have Windows on it. That's all. It's all I can tell you. Amazon must do well because I think I place an order every 48 hours. I can't think of any online store that competes with Amazon. I can't. Okay, I know there's different specialty stores, but I can't think of anywhere where I was in a craft store and the line was long. Just for fun, I went on Amazon and typed in the product. It was like foam, 4-inch foam cushion. I was trying to do like a soundproof area in our studio. It was up towards the ceiling. I was able to order it online before I got to the end of the thing for a price way better than where I was, and it was going to be delivered by the next day. No competition. No competition. Minimal competition will obviously make you a profitable company. The more competition you have, obviously, you got to compete more in pricing, and the margins get lower and lower. Number 4 is it's systematized so that fulfillment is consistent. What does that mean? You provide what the customer is paying for at a level each and every time. In other words, what they're paying for, they get it, and it meets their expectations. That's how you have a profitable company, and you create it. It's systematized. Conveyor belt. Nothing left to chance. You ever watch like an Amazon fulfillment center? It's like nothing you'll ever see in your life. Unbelievable. Okay? You systematize things. Well, when you systematize things, it's more efficient, which lowers cost. There's not as much labor there. If you get automation involved, obviously you speed things up. And these are the 4 components of creating a profitable company. And I say you better have 2. You better have at least 2. Number 1, there needs to be a tremendous demand for your product and or services. Tremendous, large demand. You want to have a profitable company? Tremendous demand. Number 2 is massive margins. I want great profit margins. And typically the higher priced ticket items have better margins. If you get 2 of these, you can't beat it. No competition, minimal competition with great margins. Can you beat that? Number 3 is minimal competition. You want to have a profitable company, don't have a lot of competition. Less competition, the better, clearly. Number 4, you can systematize things for a variety of reasons. One, it cuts down on labor. Speed is always money. Anything that can be done faster, you're making more money. Brings down the cost to produce it. It creates a product and or a service that people can count on because it's systematized. You provide what you say you're going to provide each and every time. It creates a consistency. And it creates speed. Speed creates, you're going to make more money. So again, what I talked about today was the 4 musts of a profitable company. Very simple. High demand, great profits, minimal competition, and can you systematize it? And I wanted to say to you, if you're not growing a profitable company, you are running a nonprofit or you have a very time-consuming hobby. Profit is why we go into business. We go into business to have a profitable company. Why? Because if it's not profitable, it will go out of business. If it's profitable, we can hire great people, have tremendous culture, be charitable, do all the things that a lot of the entrepreneurs want to do. They're the most philanthropic people in the world, are entrepreneurs, but you can't do that if it's not profitable. Again, this is Sean Castrina with the 10-Minute Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm so grateful that you continue to listen. Every day, a new country is listening to us, and we're so excited about that in our category. Do you need help growing your business? Get Started Marketing. They're incredible. Marketing, what is it? It's attracting and selling customers. Well, it's hard to sell people if you're not getting enough leads, if you're not getting enough traffic to your site, if you're not getting enough target customers that are willing to pay your prices. GetStartedMarketing.com. Reach out to them. They're fantastic. Again, thank you for listening to the podcast. Rate it, subscribe to it. More importantly, tell 5 others about it. We will talk again soon.